Hello. Hi, friends. I'll wait for a couple of minutes to see who comes on here to hang out with me today. Hi, Allie. How are you? It's nice to see you. Wine Butcher. How fun is that? Rainbird. Love, lovely you. What a great name. I love that. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Rosemary. So what's new? How's everybody doing? Oh, South Africa. Oh, how wonderful. What time is it in South Africa? Nice to meet you. Hi, Kathy. So I did that little story yesterday. Did you see my story? It takes so much time to do those. I always have a million ideas, and I usually don't have enough time to do all the things. But yesterday I needed to go pick up some Greek food at Roots, which is a little market here. It's walking, well, it's not walking distance. I mean, it is if you want to go for a real walk. It's probably 5-10 miles from my house. And hi, Sheila. Hi, Ellen from Iran. So anyway, I needed to go to Roots to pick up some Greek food. There's a stand there that has wonderful Greek food, which we had yesterday. I loved it. But when I was there, I just took some photos because, of course, I needed fruits and vegetables, too, because I think I'm going to make peach and blackberry cobbler, hopefully this weekend. Anyway, so I shot some photos and did that story. And just in that quick amount of time, like, I have so many fun things to paint. It's like, I love that because sometimes I feel like I run out even though I have a million photos. Good morning, Erin. How are you? I miss you. So everybody voted. I loved all the response. Fun getting responses. You know, sometimes this social media world, you send out emails or you post things and you feel like you're doing it in a vacuum and nobody really hears you, but it's fun when you get responses. It's really fun. So today I'm going to paint, and now so I can paint a lot of these things in the upcoming weeks too, but I think my biggest response was the cherries. So I'm going to paint this little box of cherries, and I have a little, I kept going back and forth whether I wanted to do it in acrylics. Oh, did you see, like I'm working on, there's acrylic painting that you probably saw behind me earlier. I've been playing around with that, and so anyway, I want to have my nice clean palette all ready to go. I love starting, wait, I didn't want to show me. So this is the palette that I used in my upcoming workshop. It's a piece of marble. The other one that I had has that like dark line through the middle of it. I thought this will be nicer to mix colors on for everybody to be able to see. Good morning, Ellen. How are you? Hi, Courtney. Okay, so there. This is pulled back a little more than usual. Let me see if I can get it up closer. I think it'll be fun. Might be a little challenging. I feel like I haven't been painting a lot lately. I've been busy working on my course, and that's taking up a lot of my mental energy. Please don't move the camera. Is it okay the way it is now? I try not to move it. Sometimes I bump it though. But I do my best not to. I'm driving to the kids, so I'm going to be listening in. Oh, thanks, Alan. Thanks for coming by. How long will you be with your kids? That's fun. That's very fun. I'm trying to think how I want to tackle this. It's, I think I'm just going to block this. No, I'm going to block in things, and then I think I'm going to go to the view without the grid because this grid's a little distracting, isn't it? I put a different red on my palette, and I might play with some others. I'm not sure, but I don't usually have this on my palette. This is Perylene Red, a gambling color. I think it's more of a true red. I always hear things about cadmiums, you know, not being healthy. Oops, that's too high. I don't want this up here. So I try out different reds too, which is fun. I have my magenta also that I can use. Hi, Henriette. How are you? I'll try to keep watching here when you guys talk to me. So what's new with everybody? I think summer's soon coming to a close. My husband's a school teacher, so he goes back to teaching school. I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the year. But my daughter Isabel starts her senior year of high school. And my husband goes back to teaching. So it's going to be, I think, just a little crazy until we see if everyone can sustain being healthy for the new school year. I sure hope so. Because there's no... Oh, and the kids are watching too. Nitchie is my niece. And she has 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. And she said they're watching right now. That's fun. I'm sure. Are your kids going back to school, Erin? For the time being anyway, I hope. I think a lot of, oh, Nancy's sending me a message. I don't know. Nancy, are you on here? Or are you just writing to me on my message? She's one of my art friends. I'm just trying to block in where these, it seems like a flower in a table, I guess. Or cherries. All right. This is a tricky one because everything's a dark. There's very little. I'm going to have to be very selective in where I put my light areas. I like a good challenge. It's always good. And it's kind of funky too because the edge of this is right here. And because it's on a white ground, it's kind of hard to even see where that is. Yeah, so I've been really busy working on my online course. I'm very excited about it, but it's just crazy how much there is to do to get it ready to roll. I think I'm up for the challenge, though. It's a little, oh, you know what? You're getting glare here, too. Let me move that. Always good to look at what you're looking at. It's where I get a lot of reference anyway. Yes, it's fun, the colors. So when I was at the market, they actually didn't come. They put them in, little bags. Because these little things, back in the day, they used to always just give these to you, but they don't anymore because they cost money and everybody has to be careful of that. But I have a bunch of them here. So I actually went to the market, took the photos, most of the ones that you saw, and then I came home and did a little photo shoot with what I bought. Not as much as I'd like. I could get lost in photographing things forever. We are waiting to see an amazing painting. Well, thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I hope so. Let me see here. Okay, I had to have a sip of my coffee. What do I want to do here for my shadow area? Maybe a little more purple. So I've been spending some more time doing acrylic painting, and it's a whole different way for me to think about color. Although I do hear, I was listening to a podcast that you can kind of paint the same way with acrylics as you do with oils, but I haven't found that yet. I feel like I'm always going on a completely different journey. when I'm painting with acrylics. Always learning. Composition is kind of fun, how the shadow is cast in the back. That's because of where I took the photograph, because where the light was hitting it, if I went and had the shadow drop in the front, I would have cast my own shadow on my photo. So, but I like how it turned out. So what's new with everybody? Where's everyone from? Do you want to put that in the comments? Oh, what podcast? Oh, I was listening to the Learn to Paint podcast, and I think it was Debbie Rose Miller that was talking about acrylics. And then also I listened to one last night on the Learn to Paint podcast also, but I can't remember the person's name who was being interviewed. But that, if you don't listen to that podcast, that's a great one. Actually, that was the first podcast I was ever on. Well, the only so far. And Kelly does a really great job of interviewing. So definitely give it a listen. I think that it's a really good one. One of my go-to favorites. What are your favorite podcasts? At work watching this. It's nice. This time is good. Yeah, I think so too. Doing it really early in the morning's hard. So now I can actually get up. Well, the cats got me up really early this morning, but I can get up and think for a little bit before I dive right into doing this. I try to get up in the morning and spend some time kind of planning my day, so I'm not just running through it like a chicken with my head cut off. You guys feel like that? Artful Painter. Oh, okay, let me write that down. I don't know if I listened to that one or not. I love to hear of new podcasts. Sometimes I feel like I know of everything under the sun because I'm always, exploring and listening and trying things, but it's exciting to know that there are things that I don't even know about still to explore and learn. Love that. It already looks good, thank you. Thanks for that vote of confidence. I think it's going to be fun. This morning when I looked at it, I felt a little intimidated by it, but sometimes when that feeling happens, you just have to get past it, and things turn out okay, I find. Anyway, I want to put a color in the background too. I think I'll do... I want to do a green. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to do some of this manganese blue hue in the background. Not feeling green today. But then if I do the same color as the box, it might... No, I think I'm going... This is good, I think. I'm going to go with my first intuition and not doubt it. That's always hard to do too. Okay. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Hello. Hi, Pam. Okay. I'm just kind of marking out where my highlights are just to kind of keep me on task of where the cherries are, because it is really very dark. It's very dark photograph. But those little kisses of bright lights are going to look great. Hi, Kathy. It looks like my bag of cherries will wind up on my can. That right? Get to eat them and paint them. So I got, did I put photograph of grapes? I can't remember. I think I did. So Now I'm trying to think. No, I'm good. I'm good. Okay. I was thinking about whether I wanted to get Caribbean blue out, but I don't think I need it. I think I'm just going to keep it simple with the colors that I have here right now. Oh, anyway, so I got these cool grapes. They're beautiful. I think I photographed them and had them in my story. But they taste like wine. I don't know what kind. I should have written down what kind of grape it was, but they're really good. Not real sweet, though. Like, not super sweet grape, but definitely tastes like wine to me. It's fun. Okay, I'm cleaning off my palette here. I should just turn so you can watch. Okay, let me see. I could probably move this a little closer. Move it back. Whoops, sorry. Okay, is that okay? My favorite colors. Oh, cotton candy grapes. Oh, that's fun. I don't think that's what they were. They could have been. They're really pretty. Okay. That's good enough, right? I'll put that out of my way. All right, so I need to mix some really dark warm reds and then some like kind of rich reds and then the color of my box. Oh, and you know what? I don't have I love this one, you know, that blue that I love. Let's see, I feel like I'm running out of paint too, of my favorite paints. I need to go shopping. That's a pretty color. Let me see if I can get any of this out. I knew I was forgetting something. I don't think this is going to be enough. Now wait 1 second. Let me look in here. So I have all of my supplies back from, I had them where I was shooting my online course. Now I have them all back here in my studio, which I love, and I kind of have it all set up. It's much cleaner. I have the paints that I use the most in here. These are acrylic paints over here because I have the acrylic that I'm working on right now. These are like my lighter kind of mixing colors, whites and blacks. And then I have this a long thing that's full of other colors. How many years have you been painting? Well, I've been an artist for my whole life. I've been doing oil painting consistently, probably about 10 years, I think. Oh, I don't know where my palette knife is. Excuse me, I forgot to look for that. That's not a good thing to be without. What on earth would I do with it? Okay, I have to get a different palette knife. Excuse me. I do have a whole thing of them, but it's not going to be my favorite. But You know, when you have a favorite tool, or at least when I do, I need to have like 20 of them because you lose everything. I think this will work. This might actually be the one that I usually use. All that cleaning up, then I put things away that I need. Do you ever feel like that? I'm going to put some purple and blue and then some of this magenta. I want to get a really dark, rich color. I might add a little brown in there to warm it too. Can you see that okay? It is pretty neat, isn't it? Oh, what class am I taking? Oh, I'm creating a class. Are you asking me? I'm creating an online course that will release in a couple of weeks. So if you want to be on the mailing list for it, you can sign up for it either through my bio page here on Instagram, or if you can't figure out how to do that, you can always just message me your email and I can add you. I do love the marble slab. It's really fun. Well, get on my email list and then you'll be, and then now I'm going to be releasing it soon. Oh, I feel like, can you hear the radio? I guess I should go turn that down. I like this perylene red too. Let me put a little bit more of that out. Need lots of reds. Yes, my video blue. I love that color. That's what that is. You are right. I like that. It's a little too soft. All right. Sorry, I think I need to drink some coffee. I feel like I can't talk. Oh, good, Sandy. Thanks for telling me that. Because I like to have something on. I don't know. Calms me, relaxes me. I'm going to do more of this bright red. And then when I mix up reds, I like to mix in like pinks instead of whites because it keeps the vibrancy of the pink. If you mix white in with that, it gets a little chalky looking. I actually have this color. Let's see what this is like. I have this Vasari bright red. I like to have a variation of reds here. Yeah, so that's dark. This is also a cool red. And that might be a little bit warmer. I know, it is nice, isn't it, Allie? I love it. And that's very nice. What do I want to mix in with that? Maybe I'll go with a little of this and see how it looks. Oh, that's nice too. Think I can pull it off with those? I think that's a good start anyway, right? Now I want to mix up some colors for my little carton. Add a little bit of the brown in here. The dark areas of it. Oops. A little, whoops. Okay. I thought I dropped some brown paint right there. All right, and now I feel like that's a little too blue. So I'm gonna clean my palette knife off here and pick up a little bit of this lemon yellow and add that in there. See if that's closer to what I need. Now it might have gone a little too green. Let me hold it up. No, it might just be a little too light. I'm going to add some of my Video Blue Extra Pale. I think that's a little too, oh, I don't know. I'm going to hold it up here and see if it could be a little lighter, a little brighter. So I'm going to add a little more of this in. And a little more of the Video Blue Extra Pale. It's crazy how light it really is. Maybe get an in-between color here. Mixing colors are so fun. Someday when I have time, I'd like to just spend an entire day doing it. Good morning, Mary. Yeah, that looks pretty close. I think that's a good start. Nice and simple. Usually keeping it simple is best. All right, I'm going to move this back up. I have to move it over. Last week when I was painting, I had a really hard time because I couldn't see. I had gotten the new round light, but it made a glare. Whoops, I don't want to knock my coffee over. That would be a catastrophe. Okay. I know I have to figure all this out. So in my painting, my course that I created, it's nothing like this. It's filmed in a beautiful place, and you can see the mixing and everything much better. I'm super excited to share it with you. Okay, here we go. I think I need a couple more paper towels. What time is it? 8:30. Yay, cherries. They're so pretty. Okay, I'll make a little more light here. This, is that good? Not too much glare? Oh, I had this crazy light. I could turn this on, I think. Is that better or worse? better for me. Okay, well, we'll try it. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to try and stick with my big brush as long as I can. It's always, you know, when you have all these details, it's really easy to pick up your smaller brush because you want to get all those delicious details, but it's best to try not to do that until the very end and just really put in your colors and be committed to your brush strokes. Try not to overwork it. It isn't easy. It makes me want to go in and get all the details too. When I started, like when I was in college, and I also did some fine art painting, but I did watercolors years ago. And that's a whole different way of painting. And I started doing oils because I wanted to loosen up my style, and it certainly did that. But it's still an ongoing journey. It's still my goal. I still feel like I have so much to learn about being loose and putting down committed brush strokes and not overworking things. But I'm loving the process of it. Oh, the slab of granite. I got it at like a place where you go pick out granite for your kitchen counters. It's just like a sample. I bought from them like a sample of one of the slabs that was discontinued. So it's just whatever the standard size samples are. Actually, I have another one that the one that I used like last week and the week before that has the line through it. I just got that from Amazon. It's actually a cutting board. So that's an option too if you don't want to go the route of actually bothering to go to a store that sells them. Whoops, I think I brought that in a little more than I wanted to. So now I'm kind of carving out where the cherries are. I've been wondering how you would clean a marble slab when it gets too used. Actually, I haven't been doing it for all that long, but so far I clean it just like I do my glass. And so I scrape it with the, the scraper thing to clean it off. And then I wipe it down with a paper towel, and I use this Chelsea lavender brush cleaner. Just wipe it with that, and it pretty much, and it doesn't even stain. I don't know why. I thought it would. But I'm really happy with it. And more because when I'm mixing colors and you guys are watching, like I bought it for my course so that when I was working on my course, filming it, that you would be able to see what I was doing. And now I'm loving it. Because I thought, if I was filming and I was mixing my colors on glass, it would be hard to see it on video. So many things that you have to think about. Like right now I'm in the middle of making the supply list. So I have to figure out what supplies I used and create a list that people can go and get their own supplies. It's just a million things to think about. Do I have enough of my darks? This is darker in here. It's getting there already, right? And even if it did end up looking a little used, I love that look. Like I love the artists that mix their paints on those like wooden palettes and they, use them year after year and they're all stained. Like that's so gorgeous. That might be too messy to do. And I love when they leave the whole pile of paint dry and just add to it, but that would be awfully messy for me. I like to clean it off now and then. I think I'm too messy of a person to do that. Sounds crazy. It's that artistic soul. I try not to be messy. And I can start out like my whole area is very nice right now and I love it this way, but I'll have a really hard time maintaining it. I always tell myself it's because I don't have time to be neat, but it's probably a bigger problem than that. Thanks, Tamara. Do I recommend? Oh, I think it depends on what you enjoy. Or right now, I love oil. I love learning oil, and I've been playing around with acrylics just because I feel like I need to change things up. But I think I would have to say oil paints are my favorite. They're definitely, and it's a great thing to know no matter what, because whatever artistic tools you use, it adds to what you know. It adds to what you do with other things. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to do everything. Everything that you have time for. Bright enough? I think so. I tend to always try to make things so bright, and sometimes I don't want them to be too bright. But I tend toward bright colors. It's not how I dress, but I love bright colors in paintings. Oh, I forgot the oil sticks. Oh my goodness. That is what I need. That's what I'm missing. Thanks for the reminder. I can do a little bit right now. My gosh. Thank you. Forgot all about it. That's why I think I'm missing like that spontaneous, that bright, this one that's like, I obviously need to replace. I'm cleaning off the end here. I would love little skinnies of these too, because it is hard to get in tiny spots. Oh, I think something's going on with my mother-in-law. I hear my husband on the phone upstairs. Oh my. Okay. Yeah, I know. I love those colors popping through too. I totally agree. Yep, totally forgot about it. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit of this. All right. Sorry, I'm listening. My husband's on the phone with my mother-in-law. Okay. All right, maybe I'll do a little bit of my background. I'm going to use some of my Video Blue Extra Pale. Okay. Sorry. Just that little bit, and it's not white, and it mixes a little bit with the colors underneath. It just kind of gives it a nice finished area. Oil stick on oil here. Yes, I love the oil stick on oil. I want to get more of the colors. I would love to go. I think they have a store in New York. someone said. The R&F pigment. I'd love to go there. Of course, New York's not even a place to go right now. Maybe Allie will meet me there. Allie, are you still on here? Whenever life gets a little more normal. Oops. And there I am holding my breath. I always do that when I'm adding in little bits of light like that. That looks good. Oh, I have up here a little bit. Yeah, I definitely think that oil painting is my favorite. Like, I haven't been doing it as much lately, and I'm doing it today makes me realize how much I miss it. All right, I think that's good. Yeah, did you go, Allie? Did you buy a whole bunch of them? Like, that, I'd be like a kid in a candy store. I would want so many colors. I mean, I like the ones that I have. They are my go-tos, but I know I'd find more to want. It's always more to want, right? You have to tell me if you found any that you love that I should try. I think that's good. Okay, I don't want to overwork that. New York road trip, and then paint in Central Park. I don't know if that's even happening right now, but I would love to do that. Yeah, I feel like Allie is New York still. Pictures that I see of family that live up that way, it sounds like it's still very, very closed down. And I don't know if there are still a lot of cases there. Had its own, oh, Vasari, yes, Vasari and RNF, I think so. How fun would that be? To make a road trip and all meet there, wouldn't that be fun? Oh, so that's the other thing. So help me think this through. We had talked last week about doing, like, Allie, what did you call it? Kim's summer camp, or not, Kim's art camp. Is that what it was? I forget. Which sounds like a lot of fun, and I've given it thought. Just I can't focus on it quite right now, but somehow I have to find a way that I'd like have us all on an email list so that when we're going to do activities, I can let everybody know instead of waiting. Like, you know what I mean? I can't just communicate in here because sometimes people are on, sometimes they aren't. So I think I'm going to create an email list that you can sign up for, and it'll be kind of for art camp. And then when we do activities, like in my Facebook group, Art Friends, there was an activity. There's this artist that I've been following, and he did one about when you do contour line drawings and add color. And I think that would be a fun activity to do together. Kim's Adult Art Camp. Okay, I love it. Very fun. Let me write that down, Allie. I remembered that you said that. Camp. New York's in great shape now. Oh, good. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, then maybe we could do that little. I need a field trip. I need to, whoops. Well, I certainly didn't want to put that much paint on there. I love how it looks, but it would take forever to dry. That patience thing. So, what do you think? I kind of think that the highlights on the cherries are like kind of the video blue extra pale, maybe. Oops, I ran out of paper towels. I have to be very careful with I don't know what I'm saying here. The stems, I guess. I do have to think harder when I'm getting to these parts where the brush strokes matter so much. 8:40, I'm in good shape. It's a great idea. We can do it on Instagram and Facebook both. I'm not on Facebook. Oh, yeah. Well, it depends if I have to figure that out. I think we could maybe do it like in Zoom. I would love to try that. It couldn't be a lot of people in the group. I don't know how many you can have in Zoom, but then we could kind of share what we're doing. I think that would be so fun. I tried to do the sharing thing on Instagram one time when my daughter was filming, but it didn't work right. I don't know if it was because of my internet connection. And then after I did it that way, then I couldn't save the video either, which I like to be able to save them and post them because it's fun to look at them later. So yeah, I still have logistics to figure out how we could do it together, but first thing is to get the email list. I don't know. What do you think? Like I still need some darks in here. And it's that balance of paying attention to the details but not getting lost in them where I can't, or it becomes too important. Oh, here's where I need to push that back a little bit. All right, I might need to get out a smaller brush now. Oh, this brush, I love this. This is a number 12 Rosemary and Company, a clip short flat. You have to get these from England. I just put in an order for some new rosemary. All my brushes, like, they're all flayed at the, they're all wide here. I need to, like, look how many. I have a gazillion of them, but they're all tired. That's a lot of painting to wear out that many brushes, right? This one actually feels a little wonky. Let me see. Maybe I'll get a tiny one in. Like if I squint at that, I'm trying to decide. I almost feel like I don't even have enough darks in there, but I have to. And I want some of this stuff to show through. So I think I'm just going to try and put some highlights on and see what happens here. See if it is ready or not. I love how cherries are kind of shaped like hearts. I see hearts everywhere. I think everything's shaped like a heart. Do you ever feel like that? I always see hearts in nature, and I love that shape. The warm darks are fun, aren't they? I find that most of the things that I paint have warm darks. It could go the other way. Warm shadows and cool highlights. Oh, I have a little bit of the boxes showing right here underneath this. Whoops, I gotta move my coffee out of the way. It gives a little edge to that one. Just that little tiny touch. A heart-shaped opening in a cloud yesterday. I love that. Little imperfection there. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's missing something. I'm not sure what it is. If my darks aren't dark enough, my highlights look a little, this looks a little too hard-edged in here. I need to soften this. Is that softening that enough? I think I need dark, dark right here. This is certainly a challenging one. I knew it would be. And it is a little scarier to do it in front of people, but that's how you learn, right? Does that look like they're coming forward? I still need my little, I didn't even use this color much. Make them a little more. Okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it just that I don't have my, well, this is too hard-edged here too. My stems. I don't know if I'm gonna, thank you. And I like the background, I like the colors. I think the stems are gonna help. I'm not sure if I feel like the color's not quite right. Might be a little too bright. Missed some dark stems. Yeah, well, I didn't do any stems yet. And I think the stems are going to make a big difference. Maybe that's where I'm kind of getting lost, is not having that in there. Maybe I need to make that scary leap and put them in and see how it looks. Then I have to work around them if I want to adjust things, which sometimes can be tricky. It's that patience thing. It's the hardest part, I think, is, you know, doing all the things, but being patient enough to wait till the end to put in the parts that should wait till the end. I don't know why it's so hard. And yet, well, I always find it hard to be patient. All right, and I feel like I'm not paying attention if you guys are asking me questions. So let me know if I missed anything here. Whoops. I wanted to put a little highlight in there. And I think maybe it is time to do some stems. Now, do I want to... I didn't even mix up any greens. They're really pretty yellowish, whitish more than anything. A little bit of green. Okay, now wait a minute here. Oops, that didn't even stick. This one's tricky. love how that's that little rounded, this one, little rounded stem. I have to make sure I have enough on there. What do you think? I don't want to do too many details here, but I think it's close. Okay. All right, guys. Am I close? I think so. Thanks, Rosemary. It was challenging. I feel like, does it need something? All these little last minute decisions are the hardest part. Thanks, Anita. Thank you. Those little other, oh, there's a little tiny stem in there that's really, it gives this an edge, but you don't see the cherry that it's hooked to. I gotta be very careful. It kind of breaks up that big blank spot in the middle. I think I'm happy with it. It's what I needed, some highlights. Maybe that's exactly what I was missing here. Okay, I think that's what I needed. I think I was missing those little highlights. Now when I squint at it, trying to see if there's anything else. This needs to go a little further back right here. Push that back. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. Am I taking too long? It's funny that inner critic comes in and says, oh my gosh, you've been painting for too long. Okay. I think I'm going to sign it. Where should I put it? Down here. And Okay. Yeah, is that what I needed to highlight? So there's a painting and the palette. I got that really dirty, didn't I? And so, oh, and here's this fun one that I've been playing with. A little reckless crazy, right? But really fun. And that's all acrylics. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me today. It was fun. And so either, you know what I'm going to say, or if you're not on my email list, go put your name on my email list. Just go to the link in my bio there. And then maybe when I talk about doing like the art camp thing, then I'll just send it out in a regular email, and then I'll make it like a subgroup that wants to do that. How's that sound? So bye, Rosemary. Bye, Anita. Bye, Kim. Bye, Sandy. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.